Did you know that? On January 1st, 2024, in Bayside Mall, Miami, a quiet night at a busy mall turned into pure panic. Shoppers heard what sounded like explosions shaking the upper floors. Lights flickered, alarms blared, and crowds sprinted toward the exits. Security tried to seal off corridors, but the noise kept growing louder, like heavy footsteps moving through the building. Within minutes, more than 60 police cars arrived. Officers in full gear rushed inside, shouting for people to get down while helicopters circled above. Dozens of videos hit the internet, showing flashing lights and hundreds of people fleeing into the parking lot. Witnesses described huge, shadowy figures gliding past the store windows, figures too tall to be human. All CCTV footage and all camera recordings have been erased. Some claim they saw glowing eyes watching from the dark. Authorities called it a disturbance, but no clear explanation was ever given. Many locals are convinced it wasn't just panic, it was an encounter. They believe something not from this world walked those halls that night, and the truth is still being covered up.
What's good, family? Welcome to another episode of The Power of Words, where the power of words sparks the power of knowledge that sparks the power of action. Think about this. What really happened at Bayside Marketplace on New Year's Day 2024? The police say it was just a teen riot, but several eyewitnesses described something straight out of a sci-fi nightmare. Today, we're diving into some possible evidence that they don't want you to see. On this channel, we venture into the unexplained, from the mystery of the firmament to the hidden origins of the stars. If these deep dives into the unknown resonate with you, show your boy some love. Smash that like button and share it with a fellow seeker. Let's help this community grow. Now, back to this specific topic. This one, it hit differently. It brought to mind the words of Luke 21, verses 25 and 26. And there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth, distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear, and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Watching this unfold, it's kind of like something truly is coming on the earth, and it's more than a theory. I mean, to me, it feels like a sign. You can sense it. Peep this. So this is the alien encounter at the mall. It's called Bayside Mall in Miami, Florida. And a lot of people may have already seen something similar to this. Just kind of give a brief overview of the actual event. And we're just going to play it a little bit, kind of break it down. Here we go.
The Miami Mall encounter happened when chaos broke out at the Bayside Marketplace on New Year's 2024, causing the largest police response in Miami history.
Now look at all these police officers. I mean, all of this law enforcement. I mean, look at this. This is a lot. For some teens? They said it was just teens. Alright, I'm gonna keep going.
The story is that it was all caused by teens in the area. However, eyewitnesses came forward claiming it was caused by a 10-foot shadow alien or dimensional being incursion. Many believe this creature was even caught on camera in this footage of the incident. Yet, no official body cam or mall surveillance footage has ever been released to confirm.
Now look at that. I don't know. I don't know if that's a 10-foot shadow alien. I don't know. And I found it funny how they automatically jump to the term alien as opposed to anything else. Uh, Interdimensional being, or whatever. It's always alien, 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 and that by definition it is alien. It's alien to this earth. So I get it. But we're gonna touch on that a little bit later. Uh, Brings to my point. So let me just kind of see if we can get better angles. There's definitely something walking. If you look at this, look at that. There's something there. Whether it's a 10-foot shadow alien, I don't know. It looks pretty big in comparison to the cars and whatever. There's definitely something there. Yeah, look at that. And this was before, AI technology was like it was, or whatever. So I guess you could say it was AI, but I don't know, man. I just don't think it is. I think this is legit. Alright, let's keep it moving.
Body cam or mall surveillance footage has ever been released to confirm the official story of the chaos, leading many to believe there may be some truth to the alien encounter.
Okay, so looking at that footage, you can't deny there was definitely something moving, something walking, and from the angle that it was at, it looked like it was bigger than normal. That wasn't a normal size human. The way that it, moved, and the way that it looked, the size that it looked against those cars. Just looking at the shadow. This next clip I found rather interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and just let this one play. Peep this. Now, this part here, slowed down, you can really see it really was a portal. Look at that. And it disappears really slowly, swirls. Look at the people all around it. They're like in shock. And it kind of looks genuine because, if I seen something like this in real life, I would approach it with caution at first, but if it was gone, I would, I'd be like this guy in the front with the little backpack. Looks like he's like, look at him. He's scared to walk up on it. The other guy is just walking towards it. Yeah, this guy, this is me. I'm the guy with the backpack. Or the bag, right there. Alright, so let's use discernment here. I can't be naive. I know that we live in a world full of AI and virtual reality and augmented reality, all of these things. So, this particular footage could have easily been faked. I don't know if this is actually a portal. What do you guys think? Be sure to leave comments. So as I'm watching this, it brings a couple of more verses to mind, because if you think about like what's going on today, there's a lot of different things that's being revealed. You got the Epstein files, etc. You got all of these things that seem to be coming to light. Let me hit you with a few scripts that describe this time that we're living in right now. So go to Luke 12:2-3, and it says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and what ye have spoken in the ear of the closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops." Luke 8:17, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad." Mark 4:22, "For there is nothing hid which shall not be made manifest, neither was anything kept secret, but that it should come abroad." Now these are the words of Christ as he spoke to his disciples and let them know of things to come. So I feel that right now, our present time and all of these revelations is revealing the words of Christ. Could it be that the powers that be have known about these beings or entities and this technology, and now it's just now coming to the light? So I got one last video to show you, my brothers and sisters. But before I do that, I wanted to touch on the fact that I did see a lot of articles that claimed that these were Nephilim giants that they saw. And I want to bring you to a very, very recent post that showed up in the New York Post that can kind of back up the fact that these could have been Nephilims. All right, so we got an article here that was just published on February 1st, 26. It says that resurfaced 3,300-year-old Egyptian document hints at biblical giants being real. It talks about how historians have found a resurfaced Egyptian scroll. It talks about how biblical giants were real. It also references Genesis chapter 6 and God's response to widespread human wickedness by, or supposedly causes, what this article is saying, by the Nephilim. And they describe the Nephilim as powerful beings that were sons of fallen angels and human women. Now, this is the first time that I've really heard this particular version of the story being mainstream as far as the flood is concerned. And that's exactly my point. Like, everything is being revealed. Nothing hidden is staying hidden with this, revelation of truth and everything. Okay, and it says that it was the sons of these giants that were described as the men of renown that we know in Genesis chapter 6. And God caused widespread chaos, destroying all creatures under the sky with the flood water. So it pretty much admits the flood was caused by these Nephilim and not just necessarily the wickedness of men. You can kind of see the scroll here. The ancient document is believed to be from 13th century BCE. I'll leave the link in the description to the actual post so you guys can check it out on your own time. All around crazy stuff, but it ain't over. I got one more video I want to share with you guys and maybe get your opinion. I personally thought it was, legit, but looking at some of the comments, everybody was like it was fake. He was looking at a script or whatever. I guess everybody give me your thoughts in the comments and everything. Man, I appreciate y'all rocking with you, boy. This is the Power of Words signing off, and I'm gonna drop this last video. But until I see y'all again, God bless ya.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Fitz. I was there at the Bayside Mall with my family, and we all saw exactly what happened. Don't pay attention to a lot of the videos that are out there. I feel like a lot of people are trying to use this for clout. But what happened, we all saw what happened, and it's pretty serious. It's been a few days, and our whole family's processing it, but I think we've kind of accepted that we were a part of this weird experience and moment. So basically what happened was I was there with my brother Brian, my sister, and my nephew. We were looking for shoes for my nephew, and then we see a whole crowd of people outside the store just running out in a direction. So as soon as we saw it, we were like, oh shit, what's going on? So we immediately ran out with our nephew, and we picked him up and we ran out and we followed the crowd, and then about a few seconds later, as soon as we started running, my nephew, he's autistic, so he was pointing behind us and he was saying blanky, which he'll usually say whenever he feels unsafe or scared. And he was pointing behind us. So me and my brother, we look behind us, and then we see these 3 9-10 foot tall creatures. I'm not gonna say aliens. Everyone keeps saying it's aliens. I'm not saying aliens because I don't know what it was. None of us really knew. Everyone, all of us stopped in our track. We, a whole bunch of people were pointing at it. I mean, there were other people running. There was a crowd. As soon as it made itself more apparent, it looked like it was glitching, not like a computer pixelation, but like a wavy glitch. And whatever maybe was covering them had, unveiled or whatever. It looked like a glitch, man. It like a weird glitch in the Matrix or whatever. And then you could see it in its full form, all three of them. And then, they were all black. You saw eyes, and you could faintly see like lips. But, I was about like 20 feet away. Because obviously everybody gave it distance, right? And, they're tall. So we all just like looked at them. They were just standing there. And the thing that was a little bit weird, but it was clearly like observing us. It was sentient, right? Like, or whatever. I mean, I don't know, but it was aware of us. It looked at us, the whole crowd. And then as soon as it started walking with its big legs, like kind of like it started like almost glitching again, we all ran. My brother like immediately said, yo, let's go. He grabbed me by the shoulder. We bolted out of there. And for anyone that's like saying, where's the footage? Yeah, I know. I don't have any footage, and I'll explain why. Because like when I saw it, I was in complete fear. It was something that I completely froze, man. I don't care if I sound like a bitch about it. Like, I froze. And I don't care who you are. I feel like when you're seeing something paranormal, it's different than when you're seeing a fight. Yeah, you'll probably want to record that and put it on WorldStar or whatever. When you see something paranormal, that's different. Because your reality, you can't comprehend what you're seeing. A fight, you kind of get it. Two people are fighting. You can comprehend that. Something like this, none of us could comprehend. Your first instinct is like, it ain't to like take out your phone and start recording. Your first instinct is like, I've never seen this before. What is this? Is it gonna hurt me or my family? That was my first number one priority. So if you don't believe me, I get it. It's fine. Like, it is silly. I'm sure that someone had footage from that night. If you did, please contact me just so like, we actually have it. So anyways, as soon as the creature started moving, we all just jetted out there. We ran out the front doors. And obviously like we see a whole sea of cop cars, mad cop cars, where other ones were coming in. And we ran with our nephew, and then, a cop stopped us. They took us to a bit of a safer area behind the cars. And they asked us what we saw. And we told them what we saw. They wrote it down, and they asked everybody to check their phones. Not everybody, because there was mad people like running away too, right? They couldn't get everyone. So I'm wondering if someone's gonna post a video. But yeah, they looked through everyone's phone. I didn't record anything, so I was fine. None of us recorded anything, so we were basically free to go. But in the distance, you could still see like, I didn't see the beings come out the door, right? But you could see on the side of the building, kind of like that clip that everyone's seeing, that it was slowly walking, and it was like, it wasn't cloaking or glitching or whatever. It was walking. So I don't know if it seemed more like it was an interdimensional thing. Someone's coming into our dimension or whatever, a bunch of them. And I think, that it was just interesting, the police response, because it was a whole bunch of them. This ain't for no teenagers. No, this was for something way bigger. And it almost seemed like the cops had like a already made strategy for it, because they surrounded one of the beings with like all their police cars. They blared it up even louder because you could hear that it was louder. Maybe as an attempt to like distract it or let it know like, hey, you don't belong here, right? And they were trying to like slowly move alongside with it. But I didn't see anything else after that, because me and my family, we got out of there. We went into our car, we went home, because we had our nephew with us, and we went to make sure like he was okay. So you know, I'm still kind of like processing everything. Like, it's weird, but at the same time, I'm glad that we weren't alone in seeing it, because like it was a whole bunch of us that saw it. And it feels kind of like, you know, you're part of something like really big, but at the same time it's confusing, because like you want to kind of like show people. Like, I wish I took a video, man, like, because people are gonna probably think I'm crazy, right? But yeah, I'm left with more questions. Like, we were all kind of left with more questions than anything else. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's aliens. I know everybody's saying it's aliens. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I saw something come in through like a weird glitchy, maybe a portal or whatever. And it was like they were pretty tall. You could see some facial. It was they were very dark, like and shiny, but I can't tell if it was like a wet shiny or like a metallic shiny. And yeah, and you know, long limbs. Yeah, I mean, yeah, long limbs, long fingers. They were definitely humanoid in shape, and shadowy. But that maybe that shadowiness was like from a glitch or whatever, like whatever cloaking maybe they had like fell off. But yeah, it felt like something was coming into our world or whatever, like a fucking Stranger Things episode. But it was crazy, man. Like, I do wish that we took video. Obviously I was scared, bro. Like, we were all scared. Like, it's different when you see it in real life. I doubt that we're gonna see anything like that ever again. I think it was like it feels like it was just like a momentary glitch, or like, oh, they showed up and maybe they're not gonna pop in again. But I'm not gonna go back to Bayside Mall. That whole incident like freaked us out, you know. And you know, hit me up if you were there, if you got video. Just because like I feel like we should all talk about it. Like, I feel like the people that were there should all communicate and talk about what happened. Because you know, anyone that wasn't there, like, you wouldn't get it. It's not an experience that's